I heard the best way of defining self-love in a mathematical concept. It's the way Kabbalah talks about the importance of loving yourself 90%, and then you are ready to have the best relationships of your life for the additional 10%. Now, I'm not a Kabbalah follower. I just like learning new things from all cultures. Even in psychology, that's exactly how the inner work works. When you have been loved 10%, because they also love themselves 10%. When you receive 15% of love from someone else, you think that that's wonderful, and that's how much you deserve to be loved because you're so used to being loved 10%. Now, with inner work, you start learning that I actually should practice self-love, go to therapy, and do my own self-discovery and find more about myself. And then you start doing the shadow work and you start loving yourself 50%. So then you decide that I am worth 50% of love because I'm giving myself 50%. So then someone else comes in your life, and it's another friendship or a partner, whoever, and they love you 55%. So you're like, wow, that's fantastic. And you're really happy with those 55%. But then eventually you start loving yourself more, and you are now loving yourself 90%. And then you realize that that 55% are no longer the amount that you give it to yourself and the way you give it to others. Because when you love yourself 90%, you also give you others 90% of love, which is a lot of love. So when you reach the 90% of self-learning, self-healing, self-discovery, doing shadow work multiple times and integrating your shadow, now you're whole. Now you learn to love yourself 90%, and you understand that you are worthy of deserving 90% of love from everybody else. And that comes from a place of love, loyalty, compassion, empathy, kindness, understanding. So according to Kabbalah, is when you hit that 90%, you are ready to have very highly fulfilling relationships with everyone around you. The love that we all crave from others can only be found within ourselves. Only we can truly love ourselves exactly the way we want to be loved. And that's a discovery that we need to find out. What are our needs and how can we fulfill them? So you become a much less needy in love, right? You come across very available. You come across very secure. So you present that secure attachment style, and you're no longer anxious about it, and you're no longer avoidant about it. And we all go through those phases, right? So the attachment styles are something that most people will go through a phase. Normally it starts off with being anxious, and then most people go to avoidant, like a pendulum. And then finally you reach the secure attachment style. And when you are at the secure attachment style and you are at 90% of learning you and loving you, all the aspects of it, the good and the bad, then you can do the same to others. So you come across less judgmental. You love people from a place of understanding. You also have super healthy boundaries. You don't accept the 55% of love anymore. You don't accept being breadcrumbed anymore. You understand that if you're going to give people a whole piece of cake, you are also going to receive a whole piece of cake. So the cake analogy is because it was my birthday yesterday. So this is my birthday gift to whoever is listening. If someone is mistreating you or treating you poorly, be that in a relationship, in your family, in work environments, and you deserve so much more and you give so much more, there is a misalignment. And whatever it's not in alignment with you will fall off. The universe will do it for you. So that will come as a breakup, as an ending of some sort. And that's good. That's never bad. That's always good, because the universe understands your worth. And it's just a way of placing you on a place where you are with people of higher purpose that are aligned to your purpose and to what you're doing. So when things end, let it end. And it's really important to trust the process of life, because oftentimes we think we know more, but we don't. Our most biggest enemy is attachment. So learning to stay detached and enjoy the process while you're in it, that doesn't mean that you don't love people and you don't make the best out of every situation. You do, but with a sense of detachment, where just like children, they play and then they say goodbye and they never look back. And that is the mastery that children have, and we should learn from them. Love, be there in the moment 100%, and then when it's time to say goodbye and go to the next adventure that life is going to show it to you, where you may stay there for a season, or you may stay there for a long time, or it might be a forever kind of friendship. But honor everything that you are given, and never feel bad in being kind to people when you did not receive the same back. Understand that those people are not there yet in the percentage level of self-love. So if they cannot love themselves more than 30%, including parents, this is where forgiveness is so important. Understand that now you are in a position to help them by forgiving them, by demonstrating that generational empathy that we all should to our parents. But after going through all the emotions, after being disappointed, angry, betrayed, feeling that you deserve more, and understanding that you deserve more, then finally comes forgiveness, and then you go back and you are ready to give them love and not expect that much from them, because you understand their own traumas and situations. But if it's not parents, because I think the relationship with parents is one that it's really hard to detach. You have to heal, and you have to make it work at some point in your life as an adult, instead of saying that, oh, I wish I did that. Because as an adult, we have the power to give ourselves everything we want. And all we need is to show that self-empathy, to understand that everything begins by us showing self-compassion, by us showing a lot of self-love, a lot of gentleness, a lot of kindness. And then you will never feel depleted, and you will never feel lonely in any relationship, because you're full. And you also learn to give grace if someone that you are in a relationship that normally gives you 90% is going through a phase where they can only give you 85 or 80%. So I hope that breakdown makes sense. It did to me. I love percentage. I hope this helps. If you want to give it a like, please leave me a thumbs up and leave a comment if you wish. And that's it.